Johnson.
2002 GMCs. See dealer for other restrictions. Upgrade to professional grade. See your participating GMC dealers.
Derek, honestly, I really don't think anybody's really that happy. I'm serious. I hear all these stories about how everybody's so blissfully happy. You know, it's just a fairy tale.
It's not.
Well, then maybe there's something wrong with me.
Wendy, you're perfect. Oh, look at you. You're the best driver I know.
All right, maybe I will find somebody.
There's the Wendy I know. Are we happy now? Good. Now I gotta get back to work.
America's best-selling luxury SUV now has a stylish limited edition, the Lexus RX 300 Coach Edition, with 2 complimentary coach bags, a premium leather-trimmed interior, and bird's-eye maple accents. Consider the road properly accessorized. See Lexus of Portland.
Celebrating 40 years of Spirit, K2&U, the spirit of the Northwest.
April 24th, 2002. The American Catholic Church and its leaders are under fire.
Where is the senior American Cardinal, Cardinal Law, this evening? Why is he not here speaking to us tonight?
Other meetings that Cardinal Law would be at more important?
Is he dodging us here tonight?
In unprecedented meetings with the Pope, the cardinals attempted to find a way through.
We've gotten the message now, and it's with great sorrow that we say to our people, we're sorry that it took us so long to get the message.
The result? A simple policy. But is one strike you're out enough?
If this individual is not separated from the clerical state, you are potentially facing a serial problem.
Tonight, sins of the fathers, trying to repair the breach. From ABC News, this is Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel. Polls tend to be nothing more or less than a snapshot of public opinion on a given issue at a given point in time. Before America's bishops met at the Vatican with Pope John Paul II yesterday and today, the vast majority of Americans, according to our latest ABC News poll, held an extremely dim view of how the Catholic Church has handled the issue of sexual abuse of children by priests. Only 18% of all respondents approved, 74% disapproved. Even among American Catholics, the ratio was not much different. 23% approved of how the Church has handled the issue, 71% disapproved. The key question, however, is whether the Church can be trusted to handle the issue properly in the future. In general, Americans are skeptical. 40% of our respondents said yes, 52% said no. The Church cannot be trusted. American Catholics are more hopeful. 59% think the Church will handle the issue properly in the future, but 36% said no. That, to put it bluntly, is where the American Catholic Church finds itself today, reeling from a scandal, caught between the frustration and the pain and the anger over how things have been handled in the past, and the skepticism of most Americans that real change is in the immediate future. It is in that context that we begin this broadcast tonight. I'll be joined in a few minutes from Rome by Cardinal Theodore McCarrick of Washington, but first, an update from our correspondent at the Vatican, Bill Blakemore.
It was unprecedented. Never before had a pope summoned all the American cardinals to Rome, much less so suddenly. The Vatican, as one cardinal put it, is normally an institution that thinks in terms of centuries. But something new is happening here. The American Cardinals came to get Vatican and papal approval for ideas they're going to take back to America. But at a final press conference tonight, their working document still did not make clear whether they'd recommend zero tolerance for abuse of priests, whether they'd require outsiders to supervise those cases, or exactly how bishops would decide if a priest is a threat to minors.
One of the problems that the bishops have faced is that too often we try to make these decisions alone. I would seek the counsel of a wise group of people.
For 2 days, the leaders of the American Catholic Church have been wrestling with difficult issues, trying to figure out just what the national policy should be for dealing with clerics who violate their vows and their young parishioners, most of the victims teenage boys. For 2 days, they met with each other and with the Pope,
Let me assure you, first of all,
who yesterday told them in no uncertain terms there's no place in the priesthood and religious life for those who would harm the young. And for the first time,
he spoke about his solidarity with victims, and then he went on to talk about the need to have criteria firmly established to ensure that this scandal is never repeated.
Church liberals and traditionalists saw opportunity in this summit. For church conservatives, a chance to discuss the reforms they saw getting the church into trouble in the first place. And for liberals, a chance to discuss those issues that many see at the core of the priest shortage. Issues such as whether to make celibacy optional, whether to let women be priests. No such discussions took place. This Pope has always said these questions are not on the table during his pontificate, and they still aren't. And the calls for the resignation of Boston's Cardinal Bernard Law never surfaced in meetings with the Pope. The night before the meetings began, Cardinal Law did apologize to the other cardinals privately for mistakes he said had a lot to do with why they were here. One difficult issue the cardinals have been discussing and don't agree on yet is something everyone knows is there, but few want to discuss in public: the question of homosexuality in the priesthood. Last month, the papal spokesman said that men with homosexual inclinations should not be allowed to become priests. Conservative church leaders have been pointing out that most of the cases of abuse that are coming to light seem to be cases of homosexual abuse of teenage boys. The message certainly was not that all homosexuals are pedophiles, or that all those guilty of abuse are homosexuals. But at this summit, there was disagreement about what the head of the American Bishops' Conference called a culture of homosexuality in the priesthood.
There does exist within any given seminary a homosexual atmosphere or dynamic that makes heterosexual young men think twice before entering into a seminary.
I guess I have to be honest and say it's not something that's evident to me.
The rector of the North American College in Rome, home to more than 160 men studying for the priesthood, says any image of seminarians as a gay culture does not match the reality that he sees.
They may not dress or act like construction workers, if I may stereotypically say that. However, there are times, as any one of them will tell you, that the rectors had to say, that behavior is not appropriate, because, well, they're being men.
Mark Reeves is a former architect and lawyer, a future priest. To him, the sexual orientation matters less than the commitment.
We're called to live a life of celibacy. Whether I'm heterosexual, which I am, or not, it doesn't matter. You come here and you live in this building here, and you're expected to lead a celibate life.
The seminarians here call the fallen priests a depraved few.
As human beings, the unfortunate reality is we sin and we fall repeatedly, and that's just the nature of human beings.
And it's particularly devastating when a man, as this, dressed as I am, representing one who's caring for God's children, makes use of that entree, I suppose you'd say, that presumed trust, and violates that.
McCoy says the simple solutions proposed by some, ending celibacy, for example, won't work. Nor would it be easy to remove all homosexual applicants.
How does one determine one's sexual orientation. You know, do you put it on the application form? If there is this trigger, and a man feels that he's called by God to serve in this way as a priest, well, he may lie.
Not every American cardinal agrees with the strict position heard recently in the Vatican. Do you believe that homosexual men should not be accepted into the priesthood?
Well, that's a very difficult question, and it's one that we want to give more study to. Because what we're really looking for in the priesthood are men who can live chaste, celibate lives.
Unable to agree about the homosexuality issue, the American cardinals decided here to launch a major new examination of it in American seminaries. And as the cardinals of that church return to their bishops, priests, and parishioners in America, these American seminarians in Rome know that they will now be under a new kind of scrutiny when they return.
It raises the bar for men who become priests today. And I would say, as the church always says, that good can come from evil.
With these high expectations, the Vatican knows it is being watched very closely now by Americans. Certainly, the Vatican is facing similar scandals in other countries, but Americans are talking about it openly and demanding immediate results. This is Bill Blakemore for Nightline in Rome.
Have these meetings at the Vatican changed the Catholic Church?
No one who is harming children or young people will ever be able to serve as a priest in the church.
That conversation when we come back.
This is ABC News Nightline, brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service.
Target your customers with direct mail, and you may actually hear your business growing. Music to your ears. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Vioxx, a prescription medicine available from your doctor. Or call 1-888-VIOXX22 for information. Vioxx.
Use your Sears card this Thursday through Saturday and take an extra 10% off almost everything in the store.
Honey, I can't believe you went and bought all this. Oh, jewelry.
Even on sale prices. The Sears card event ends Saturday only at Sears. Square out.
Imagine a storybook come to life.
This dinosaur can talk. You know, I just love mammals.
Let the adventure begin. Dinotopia, Sunday, May 12th on ABC.
Look out for Mrs. Jones.
She's got to be more careful.
The Civic from Honda. It figures.
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 10.
2.9.
Wait, that's a number and then part of a number.
Get special APR financing as low as 2.9% for 36 months on 2002 Civics.
The highest unemployment in America, 35,000 lost jobs. John Kitzhaber wants a tax increase. Jack Roberts balanced the budget without new taxes. Experienced. As Labor Commissioner, Jack Roberts cut wasteful spending, eliminated red tape, created more jobs.
As governor, I'll control spending, cut taxes to create jobs, and get this economy moving again. Our best days are still ahead of us. But Oregon doesn't need a new tax. Oregon needs a new governor.
And joining us now from Vatican City, one of America's Catholic leaders who has been meeting with the Pope, Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. He is the Archbishop of Washington, D.C. Your Eminence, on balance, are you pleased with the way things work? Do you feel you got everything you needed?
Well, I think we made progress. My hope is that we've turned the corner. The Holy Father's talk yesterday, I think, made it very clear. His language was no one who is harming children or young people will ever be able to serve as a priest in the church. And I think that's a clear statement. We have our marching orders. We have to get our act together, and we will.
As you say, it sounds crystal clear, but already some people are finding ambiguity in what you and I hear as a clear statement. Does that amount to a one strike and you're out? And does it indeed amount to someone being removed from the priesthood altogether?
Well, I think certainly prospectively it's one strike and you're out. I think if this would ever happen again, God forbid, if it would ever happen again, everybody knows this is the end. A person does this once and he is removed. And I think this is certainly going to be the policy in Washington. So I think looking forward to the future, absolutely true. Looking back to the past, if 30 years ago a young priest fell in love with a 17-year-old and had improper conduct, and it was the last time this ever happened, and everything worked out well after that, and the people get to know that he had done that, and the people say, we love him, give him another chance, he's been fine for 30 years, then I think you take a look at it. But ordinarily, one strike, you're out for the future, and in the past, it would seem that unless there's a case such as I just presented to you, we probably will say that's it.
As you know, the Holy Father also spoke about the healing power of redemption, and what some people found in his comments on that was the possibility that redemption could also result in someone remaining in the priesthood. Now again, as I listen to you, I don't hear that, but you understand where the ambiguity arises.
Exactly, but I think the Holy Father, when he speaks of redemption, means that this doesn't mean that someone is dead to sin for the rest of his life. This doesn't mean that a person who may not be able to serve as a priest, and will not in the future, can't become a holy person, can't find his way back into grace again. However, if we have committed certain faults, then we are barred from certain activities or positions or ministries in the church. So I think the Holy Father, was very clear.
To what degree, Your Eminence, did the subject of responsibility among the princes of the church and among the bishops of the church come up? Quite clearly, as you know, that has been at the heart of much of the current debate.
Well, I think that was very clear in our conversations, that and even in the statement that will come up tonight. I think the bishops of the church recognize that they have not been as responsible over the past years as they should have been, all of us. So I think we came somewhat slowly, maybe too slowly, to the understanding of what pedophilia is and what the sexual abuse of young people is. But I think we've gotten the message now, and it's with great sorrow that we say to our people, we're sorry that it took us so long to get the message, but we have it now, and with God's help, go ahead.
If we were talking about this in a political context, we would say that some of your colleagues among the cardinals stand accused really of a cover-up. It is not simply that they were slow coming to learn what pedophilia is about, but that they actively participated in a cover-up, moving priests from one location to another, being very difficult in terms of responding to the families of these children who have been abused. What, if anything, is going to be done about that?
Well, I guess each case is going to be different. Each man is going to look at his life and look at his work, and I guess he's going to say, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to try my best to fix this. I'm going to, if this happened in any of the dioceses that I've served, I think I would, and I knew about this, and I didn't do anything about it, I would feel a tremendous responsibility to the victims, to their families, to try to make amends, and to convince them that I got the picture now, and I would never do it again. My conviction would be that these men who have maybe done these things have learned from that and have apologized for that. We can all make mistakes. It's a terrible thing if you make a mistake with a young person's life or a young person's sanity, a young person's mental health. But it can happen, I guess. And the fact that it happens, the fact that we have instances, I think is a terrible thing. And hopefully, prayerfully, these fellows will have learned their lesson and will ask for forgiveness and try to do better and try to correct the faults that they may have permitted to happen.
Cardinal McCarrick, we have to take a short break. We'll be back in a moment.
A legend reborn.
Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
We're Pfizer. We're looking for a cure for your father's Alzheimer's, your sister's heart condition, your best friend's diabetes. We're spending over $5 billion on research this year and have 12,000 scientists and health experts looking for the cures of the future. Why do we work so hard? Because we have fathers, sisters, and best friends too. Pfizer. Life is our life's work.
He didn't have to say a word. It was written all over his face. Sir, got a minute? Business people everywhere needed to know about the Sprint PCS Clear Wireless Workplace. The most advanced wireless package customized for their companies. Now the office goes wherever they go. Sure, some still do things the old way, but they'll come around.
Imagine a storybook come to life.
This dinosaur can talk. You know, I just love mammals.
Let the adventure begin. Dinotopia, Sunday, May 12th on ABC.
You can have fun in the snow without control. Or you can have fun in the snow with control. In an all-wheel drive Subaru, you'll get amazing traction and control in almost any driving condition. And let's face it, some of you need all the control you can get. Official vehicle of Mount Bachelor, the Northwest premier ski and snowboard resort. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Of all the cars and minivans that offer great values, 1.9% financing, and 7-year, 100,000-mile protection on engines and transmissions. There is only one brand that gives you all that. Chrysler. Now during the Chrysler Challenge, drive home PT Cruiser for under 17 grand. Go ahead, compare, and you'll see just where we're leaving the competition. Great products, great protection, great value. Take the Chrysler Challenge.
And we're back once again with Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. Your Eminence, you spoke about the need for cardinals or bishops who have at least facilitated some of this activity in the past to express their severe sorrow over this and never again to do it in the future. But as you know, there are many who feel that something more is required, particularly of some like your colleagues, like your colleague Cardinal Law up in Boston. Did the issue of resignation even come up, and if not, why not?
Well, it certainly came up because the media was there, and the media was asking every one of us what we thought would happen. But and certainly it could have been, it was indeed a subject of conversation. But you know, I think we all have that kind of respect for each other and for Cardinal Law. That, you know, I listened to what he said. The Cardinal said, "It happened on my watch. I'm sorry about it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to take care of it." My own personal opinion in that is that he recognizes that it happened on his watch, and he feels that he's the best man to fix it because he knows the whole story. I say give him a chance to do that. That would be my position.
Your Eminence, there is a related subject that I know has been the topic of much concern and conversation, and that is the subject of homosexuality among priests. And as you know, the Vatican spokesman expressed the opinion some days ago that homosexuals should not be priests, whether or not they have been active. Does that reflect the majority view among the cardinals?
It reflects a view of certainly of some of the cardinals. I think others of us are still trying to work this through. I believe that some of us feel that if a person has an inclination but has never, ever acted on it, that person has proven celibacy for all his life, then I think you have to take that case one by one. I think certainly if a man has been actively a homosexual, then he's not obviously not a celibate. He's not prepared for celibacy, so there's probably no place for him. Not just probably, there is no place for him in a celibate ministry like the Catholic priesthood. But it seems to me that you can't make a blanket decision on someone who has all his life lived a good, celibate, holy life. Now, some will say, no, it's not. It's too dangerous. I think you have to look at that case by case. That would be where I am now. The Holy See will probably continue to study this, especially in the light of the scandals of our country. Holy See may give us further guidance in the future, and I'll look forward to it if it comes.
You understand, because you heard me read the results of the latest ABC News poll, that the general public perception now is of a church that has handled this thing very poorly, of a church that may not even be entirely trusted to deal with it appropriately in the future. Beyond the very powerful words that you have spoken here today and that others will speak in days to come, what actions will be taken that you can point to convince the American public that the church really understands the need to fix its own house?
Well, there will be many actions. We will make sure that there is that in every policy, in every diocese in the nation, there are very clear steps that will be taken. Number one, you reach out to the victims. You try to do everything you can for the victim of the family. Number two, you remove the man from his ministry immediately. Number three, you inform the civil authorities as commanded by law. Number four, you send him away for therapy so that you can get an evaluation of where he is. And then when that comes back, you bring it to a group which is going to be, in my diocese, always a group mostly of lay people. You have a doctor, a psychiatrist, a lawyer, a man of law enforcement, mothers and fathers of families, that they help you to decide what you will do with this man. But again, if this is a new thing, then it seems to me that we're saying zero toleration on any new crime of this kind after today.
Do you feel confident that you can regain the confidence of the American public?
Oh, you don't become Archbishop of Washington unless you're full of hope. And I'm full of hope and I'm full of trust in our people. I think our people understand that we love them, and we're trying to do the very best we can to protect them, protect their children, and call them and their children and us to the holiness of life that the Catholic Church is all about.
Your Eminence, you're very good to have taken the time to talk to us. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much, Ted.
I'll be back with a word about a special two-part series that begins on Nightline tomorrow night.
To receive a daily email about each evening's Nightline and a preview of special broadcasts, log on to the Nightline page at abcnews.com.
Cancer is such an isolating experience. I was first diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 26.
There's some very exciting work going on now to treat cancer.
I'm working on a cancer vaccine to help the body fight cancer cells.
Pharmaceutical companies are developing over 300 new medicines for cancer.
10 years ago, I might not be sitting here today.
We're working on drugs that directly affect people's lives.
I owe them my life.
Pay gym membership, $55. Pay cable and phone bill, $83. Pay newspaper, internet, electric, gas, renters, insurance, book club, DVD club, train pass, $220. Not needing a reminder for monthly bills? Priceless. Pay your monthly bills automatically and have less to remember. Learn how at MasterCard.com. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
America's best-selling luxury SUV now has a stylish limited edition, the Lexus RX 300 Coach Edition, with 2 complimentary coach bags, a premium leather-trimmed interior, and bird's-eye maple accents. Consider the road properly accessorized. See Lexus of Portland.
Hey
Hey, Ray, look at all those movies, huh?
You think I could be a movie star, Carl?
Can you act?
Oh, I could act like a movie star. This isn't imported water. You call this a health spa? Oh, yeah, that's good. These are brown. I specifically asked for green.
At Blockbuster, you'll find the biggest stars and the hottest movies, like Spy Game, Behind Enemy Lines, and Domestic Disturbance. All guaranteed to be there on DVD and VHS.
Ray, you can stop now.
Not until I get a bigger trailer.
Make it a Blockbuster night.
First, there was the signal, a breakthrough from your local broadcasters. Television, bringing the very best in programming, your favorite shows, right to your home. Next, there was color, and now local broadcasters are bringing you the latest breakthrough. Digital television, high-resolution pictures, digital sound, images so lifelike, it's like being there. Digital TV, time marches on.
The search for oil in an unstable region, the war against terrorism, and former energy executives now in positions of power at the White House. It all comes together in the national interest, a special two-part Nightline series beginning tomorrow night. That's our report for tonight. I'm Ted Koppel in Washington. For all of us here at ABC News, good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
Thursday, The Bachelor season finale at 11 p.m.
Thanks for pulling him up with you. This is heavy.
The Bachelor.
It's a love story.
Who will he choose to be his wife?
Trista, Amanda. I hope they'll be happy.
The Bachelor season finale this Thursday at 11, only on ABC and K2.
The all-new Dodge Ram. With an available 245 horsepower Magnum V8, rack and pinion steering, and the largest brakes in its class.
Hey, they have a boat just like ours.
Grab Dodge's 7100 powertrain pledge plus $1,500 cash allowance or low financing. Ford, GM, and Toyota don't match this.
Fly somewhere in the Acura TL Type S.
Anakin, don't do anything without first consulting either myself or the Council.
He's holding me back.
I'm a Jedi.
A Jedi? What do you know?
The boy has exceptional skills.
His abilities have made him arrogant.
You're not all powerful, Anakin.
Well, I should be.
I see you becoming the greatest of all Jedi.
No, Anakin, no!
Rated PG. This is K2, the breaking news station.
Good evening. Welcome to Politically Incorrect. Let me tell you who's here tonight. Mr. Steve Marmel, very funny comedian, star of Pop Across America, TNN, weekdays at midnight. Robert Wiener, former spokesman for the White House Office of National Drug Policy. My old job. Sanho Tree, you're the director of the Drug Policy Project and a fellow at the Institute for Policy Studies. And Rachel Lee Cook, nothing to do with official drug policy, but you were in that cool commercial where you smashed the thing.
Yeah.
And your new movie coming out later this year, Scorch. So give a hand to our panel here. And since